Hey everyone, it's Gwen, welcome back to my channel, and today, as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be doing the pop punk tag. This is a tag that I've been wanting to do for quite a while now, so I'm very excited that I'm finally filming it, and I hope you guys enjoy. All the questions will be down below. If you guys are interested in doing this tag yourself, you totally can. This tag has 20 questions all about bands and music and pop punk, so other than that, here we go. Also, I thought that it would be fitting to film this in front of my super pop punk door and my Fall Out Boy poster. Also today, I think I'm looking pretty pop punk today. So here we go. Question 1 is, what is your favorite band? My favorite band, I'm pretty sure you guys all know this at this point, but my favorite band is Panic at the Disco. Yes, that's why they're in the center, because they are the holy grail, the best of the best. I've loved them for the longest out of any band that I like, and their music just brings me so much happiness. I love all of the people that have ever been in the band, and their music just means so much to me. Number 2 is, what was your first gig? Now, my first ever concert is pretty funny because it was when I was 3, and basically it was the Cheetah Girls, because a girl in my class somehow had a connection to the Cheetah Girls, so they got to come to my school and perform for my class in like a little tent in like the middle of like the soccer field or something at our school. It was very weird, and it was just like a small intimate show just for our class. We were all like 4, I think. And so our parents had to hold us up, but I do remember I got to touch one of their hands, so that was pretty cool. But my first actual real concert that was like at a real venue and you had to actually pay for was when I was 6, and I went to see Ali and AJ and Corbin Bleu with my dad, and that was at an outdoor amphitheater. And I don't even think I stayed for the entire time. I'm pretty sure we went and we were most excited for Ali and AJ, and then we left at like 10 o'clock. And Ali and AJ had only performed like 3 songs. But I remember really enjoying it. I remember thinking it was a great show. So that was my first concert. Number 3, favorite pizza topping? My favorite pizza topping is definitely meatballs. Whenever my dad and I get pizza, we always get a double cheese and meatball pizza. It's like one of our favorites, and my mom doesn't really like meatballs in her pizza, so it's mostly just me and my dad that eat it. And I love meatballs on my pizza. It's so good. It's the bomb. Number 4, name a band you haven't seen but really want to. Now, I'm lucky that in the past year, I've gotten to see so many bands that I've never seen before. I got to cross so many bands off my bucket list in the past year. I mean, I saw all these bands. I saw All Time Low for the first time. I saw Blink for the first time. I saw 21 Pilots for the first time. Like, I saw so many bands for the first time in the past year, and it was amazing. However, I've realized now that there is one band that the universe just does not want me to see, and that is Pierce the Veil. And they're one of my favorite bands ever, and I just have not had a chance to see them. The past 2 tours they went on, the closest place they came to me was 4 hours away, and then last month in March, they actually came to my city, but it was on a date that I could not go to, and I was so upset. So honestly, I just think that the universe really does not want me to see them, because now they're not even coming to Warped Tour. For a while I was like, oh, they're going to Warped Tour, so I'll just see them then. But nope, they're not even going to Warped Tour this year, so hopefully sometime I'll get around to seeing Pierce the Veil. Number 5, favorite live band? Now, I talked about this a few weeks ago in my first ever episode of Music with Friends. If you want to check it out, the link will be right here. But I talked about my favorite live band because that was one of the questions that I asked my friend. And I was talking about how in that video it kind of depends on the scenario of the show, because arena shows versus like intimate small venue shows are totally different. So it's hard for me to pick one live band because I haven't seen that band in like those different kinds of settings. But I have to say, for an arena show, definitely 21 Pilots. I mean, when I saw them in an arena show in January and I was in the pit, it was amazing. So definitely them for an arena show, but for a more intimate small venue show, which I prefer that better than arena shows personally, then I would have to say probably either Neck Deep or Knuckle Puck, because they're both amazing in small venues, but they're both also pretty different. Like, Neck Deep is more of a party and everyone's just like singing along and dancing, versus Knuckle Puck, their lyrics are a bit more intense, and people, I feel like, are more like screaming their lyrics and really getting into the emotional side of their music, and their live shows are amazing. So for small venues, Neck Deep or Knuckle Puck, and for arena shows, 21 Pilots. Number 6, put your music player on shuffle and name the first 5 songs. So I actually have a playlist on my Spotify. By the way, if you're not following my Spotify, be sure to follow it. My username is just Gwen Goose. It's always linked down below, so make sure to check it out. But on my Spotify, I have a playlist called Gwen Songs, which is my entire music library. And then I also have a playlist called Bands, which is everything from my music library, but only songs by bands or groups. So, because we're talking about pop punk and bands and stuff, I'm gonna shuffle my bands playlist. So these are all the bands that are on my music library. There's about 2,000 songs on here. Now keep in mind, this is also music that's ranged from when I was 13 to now. So stuff on here might come up that I like don't listen to now, like One Direction or something, like things that I liked when I was 13, so we'll see what comes out. But here we go. Yes. This is Woodwork by Knuckle Puck. My bays. Ooh. This is such a good song, by the way. This EP, Don't Come Home, is so underrated. Like, it's so good. Next one. Okay, see, this is like a song from my childhood. This is Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol. Does anyone else remember this song? This song's really old. It's like a really sad song as well, but I used to listen to this when I was like younger, like 12 or 13. And this song like would give me the feels as like a 13-year-old. But it's a really pretty song. It's like really sad. Here, if I just lay here. It's so sad. Okay, next one, number 3. This is Nanny Nanny Boo Boo by La Tigra, who's a band that my dad got me into really young, and this song is a bop. This song and TKO are both bops by them. You gotta check them out. It's really good. Alright, this is number 4, I think. This is Avalanche by Bring Me the Horizon from That's the Spirit, which is such a good album. 10 out of 10 recommend. But this whole album is great, and this song is just so intense, and I love it. Alright, last one, number 5. Everything's an Illusion, Mayday Parade. Oh, this is from their self-titled, and honestly, I love that album. That's like the first album by them that I really fell in love with, and I'm digging that. Also, I'm seeing them live in 3 weeks with Knuckle Puck, and I am so excited, and I am so ready. So just get ready for a concert vlog in 3 weeks, guys. Be excited because I'm literally looking forward to that show so much. Number 7, what do you hate about your town? I've lived here all my life. And for a while, there wasn't something when I was younger that like really jumped out at me that I always say like I hate my town because of this. Like when I was younger, I don't think I really hated my town that much, or like if I did dislike it, it was like there wasn't like a certain reason, let's put it that way. But within the past year, I have realized that there is something that I really do not like about my town, and I've only realized it within the past year because I've started to drive now that I have my license, and also now that I have my full license, I can drive at any time of the day. And that has made me realize something, that the one thing I really hate about my town is that nothing is open past like 10 o'clock. Like, no matter what day of the week it is, everything closes at like 10 or 10:30. And I've only noticed this now that I'm out driving at like 11 or 12, like coming home from a show or something, and it's like, I couldn't go get food if I wanted, other than like IHOP or Denny's, places that are open 24/7. But like everything closes so early. Even one time my friend and I were driving at like 9:30 at night and like a McDonald's was closed. I was like, what? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So that's one thing that I really hate, is that everything closes so early, and it's like I can't go and get food after a show because everything's closed. So that's one thing that really annoys me. And also, no one's on the roads past like 9:30 to 10. Even on a weekend, if I'm driving at like 11 o'clock, like there's barely anyone on the roads. It's crazy. People are not out at this time, which I think is another reason why I was meant to live in a big city, because things are open till like 2 a.m. there. Number 8, what is your opinion on sheep/posers? Now listen, honestly, my motto is that you like whatever music you like, and I just feel like no one should judge you on that. And I feel like people take the whole concept of like a fake fan and like fans, people take that too seriously. I don't really think a like fake fan should be a thing, because even if I'm friends with someone and they only know like Stressed Out by 21 Pilots or something, Honestly, personally, like, I don't care if you only know Stressed Out and you call yourself a fan, because here's my motto: if you're someone that supports a band or an artist, you probably want them to be famous and you want them to be successful and you want people to listen to their music. So why are you getting angry at someone if they only enjoy one song by them? At least they're listening to them, at least they like that one song. You should be happy. Plus, if one person, you know, likes a song by them and you're like, oh, Stressed Out, yeah, I like that song too. Have you heard of this other one by them that's really good? And you can recommend like one that's not very popular. You know, like, I don't think that we should be getting angry at someone if they only know one song by a band. And also, unless it's like your favorite band ever, like, personally, I love every single thing that Panic at the Disco has ever put out because they're my favorite band. I will stand them forever. But like, that doesn't usually happen. Most bands that I'm a fan of, I don't love every single song by them. That's not the common thing. So it's like, if you don't love every single song by a band, all of a sudden you're like a fake fan. But that doesn't really make sense to me because most bands, people don't love every single song by them. That's not really how it's meant to be. So, posers or whatever, you know what? You like whatever you like. You like the music you want. If you want to call yourself a fan, you do it. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when other people get angry at you and call you a fake fan. Posers themselves don't really bother me that much. You do you like what you want, and I'll do the same, and it'll all be cool. Number 9, Neck Deep or The Story So Far? Definitely Neck Deep. I like The Story So Far, but I would only call myself like a casual fan of them. I'm definitely way more a bigger fan of Neck Deep. I love all of their music, all their albums. I've seen them live before. They are great live, so I definitely have to say Neck Deep. Number 10, if you had a band, what would you name it? Now, nothing's coming to mind right now. However though, if I'm out and I see a sign or I hear someone say something, I'll usually be like, ooh, that's a good band name. Like, I will think that, but I never end up writing any of these down, so I don't know anything that comes off the top of my head. But chances are if you hang out with me and I see a sign or I hear someone say something, I'll be like, ooh, that'd be a good band name. Like, I will do that. I just never write them down. Maybe I should start writing them down. So I don't have any right now, but that does happen to me. Number 11, how do you tell a girl you want to kiss her? This is clearly from a pop punk song and that's why it's on here. I don't know, man. I just say if the moment's right, if you're feeling it, if the lighting is, that romantic lighting is on you both and you are just feeling if the moment is right, you go for it and see what happens. Number 12, how many times a week do you feel navy blue? This is another band reference, another Story So Far reference. Honestly, the past 2 weeks of my life have been extremely stressful. This entire month of April for me is extremely stressful because of finals and APs, and it's just a lot is going on right now for me. So how many times a week have I felt navy blue? Too many. Probably like at least 10 times in the past 2 weeks I felt navy blue. And personally, I'd like to say I feel dark blue. You know, I'm a big Jack's Mannequin fan. But yeah, it's been way too many within the past 2 weeks. This is a stressful time for me with school and APs and all that mess, so quite a lot recently if I'm being honest. Number 13, do your parents understand you? I would say to an extent they do understand me pretty well. Sometimes they even understand me more than I do, like sometimes they know what's wrong, like why I'm sad more than I do, or like why I'm feeling this way. So they do understand me a lot. My parents are big music fans. My dad especially really likes alternative and classic rock, so he understands why I love this genre of music and why I find concerts so fun and moshing so fun and all that. They don't necessarily understand though why I'm so obsessed with a band member, or why I like have to see someone live for like the 3rd time, or why I have to go to that show. That part they don't necessarily understand, but they do understand my love for music and they do share that. So I would say for the most part they understand me. And I love them, they're great. Number 14, how many band shirts do you own? So I actually counted, and I think I counted 19, and that's including like sweatshirts and stuff as well. So that's shirts and sweatshirts. Altogether it'd be 19. Personally, I haven't bought any band merch recently because I honestly don't really have that much room in my dresser for any more band merch. Like, I'm running out of space, so my parents have been like, no, you cannot be buying any more t-shirts. So I haven't bought any more band merch recently. I'm pretty content with all the band shirts I own. I love them all, so I don't feel like there's this like need to go out and get more. But 19 is how many band shirts I own. Number 15, Chuck Taylors or Vans. Now I recently got my first ever pair of Vans, which you would know if you watched my travel vlog recently, which if you haven't seen it, link's right here. But I recently got my first ever pair of Vans. They're black and maroon, and I think they're very comfortable, although they did give me a blister on one of my feet. Not necessarily saying that's their fault, but that did happen. But before that, I was a Converse person. I have had so many pairs of Converse throughout my life. I've been wearing them since I was like 12 or something, and throughout my life I've had many pairs of Converse. So I was a Converse stan up until this year when I got my first ever pair of Vans. And I have to say, Vans are really comfortable, they're cute, and another reason I really like them is that for someone like me who has big feet, I feel like Converse they kind of look like clown shoes on me, and they kind of make my feet look bigger than they are. But I like how Vans do the opposite. I feel like they kind of slim my feet out and make my feet look smaller, so I don't know, I might be transitioning over to Vans, but for right now I'm gonna say Converse, or Chuck Taylors, I'm gonna say that for right now, because I've worn them for a long time, forever, and I'm more used to them. However, I do like my new pair of Vans, so we'll see what happens. Number 16, ever experienced a time you met a band? What happened? So I've only had 2 experiences with meeting bands/band members. The first time was when I was in 4th grade, a band called Young and Divine, who aren't together anymore unfortunately, but you guys should totally check them out. Look them up on Spotify, they have one album, it's amazing, they're pop punk, you'd love them. But basically, the lead singer of that band went to my school. So the band came to my school when I was in 4th grade, and they did a music video at my school. And at the time, my dad had taught the lead singer of the band, so one time, like during one of their music video shoots, my dad brought me to meet the lead singer, so I got to meet him. And I only got to meet him, I remember seeing the other band members, but I only got to meet the lead singer, and there's this really cringy photo of both of us, me in 4th grade with the lead singer, and it's like a really crappy quality because it was like an iPhone 3G. If I can find the photo, I'll put it right here. But that was my first time ever meeting a band, or band member, someone from a band. And I hadn't had a meeting band member experience until this past year. In November, as a lot of you guys might know if you watched the vlog, I met Beartooth. They did a signing at my local mall when they went on the Aggressive tour, and I got to meet them, and they were so sweet. In fact, real quick, here's the Young and Divine CD that I got from them that they signed. The lead singer, JP, signed the back. I don't know if you can see it, it's hard to see. But he signed the back and he said, "Gwen, rock on, your dad's pretty cool too." So he signed that. But then Beartooth signed the Aggressive album. I got it on CD, they signed it, and I love that it has all of their beautiful signatures inside, and it was such a good experience meeting them. This is the first time I had met an entire band, and it was a great experience. I got to talk to Caleb, which was so cool. Once again, if you guys have not seen this, go check out the vlog, I'll link it here as well, because it was a great time. I filmed me meeting them, and they were just such sweet guys, one of my favorite hardcore bands, and that was a really great experience in meeting them. Number 17, how many picks/drumsticks have you caught? Unfortunately, none. Hopefully one day I will. I remember at the AP tour last year, one of the guitarists from State Champs, I forget who it was, but someone from State Champs threw their pick into the audience, and it fell on the ground, and I remember rushing over, and a bunch of us, like a bunch of people had their phone flashlights out and we were looking for the pick, and I remember seeing it, but I was too far away, I wasn't quick enough, someone else grabbed it. So I tried, I didn't get it. Hopefully one day I will catch or find or get a pick or drumstick. Number 18, throwdown or punk jumps? Definitely punk jumps. Like, have you not seen Joe Taylor's punk jumps? Like, we should take a moment. Thank you for Joe Taylor's punk jumps. Yes, Joe from Knuckle Puck has some sick punk jumps. They're so amazing. Ben from Neck Deep also does them too, and that's pretty bomb. So definitely punk jumps. Number 19, how many bands have you seen live? I have a list on my phone of all the shows I've ever been to. I'm gonna read you all the bands I've ever seen, and then afterwards I will count them, and we'll see. So here we go. The Cheetah Girls. Allie and AJ, I don't know if they're a band or not. I don't, because I mean, they're a group, I don't. Allie and AJ, you can count them as a band or not if you don't want to. Train, The Fray, Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, Atlas Genius, Local H, Like Pacific, Knuckle Puck, Neck Deep, State Champs, Weezer, Hey Jude, which is a Beatles tribute band. They're so good. Blink-182, All Time Low, A Day to Remember, Beartooth, Every Time I Die, Wild Adriatic, 21 Pilots, and Judah and the Lion. Those are all the bands I've ever seen live. So I counted 22. So I've seen 22 different bands live. and I feel like that's pretty good for like only being 17. Like, okay, that's kind of a lot. And yeah, I love seeing new bands live. And finally, the last question, question 20, is just Knuckle Puck though. And honestly guys, like, I only have one thing to say to that. I mean, Knuckle Puck? Like do I like Knuckle Puck? Do I stan Knuckle Puck? I mean, I don't know. Do I like them? Maybe. I mean, I might just, like, who? I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't have their vinyl up my wall. No, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan, no. Yeah, I like them a lot. But yeah, no, if you didn't know, Knuckle Puck is like one of my favorite bands ever. Definitely my favorite pop punk band. Cause like, I don't really know if you consider Panic at the Disco that like pop punk, so my favorite true pop punk band is definitely Knuckle Puck. I stan them so hard, I love them so much. They're probably my second favorite band, honestly. It's come to that point. I have to accept that within the past year, I've truly fallen in love with them and their music, and I'm seeing them in 3 weeks, guys. Mayday Parade, like I said, and I'm so excited because I haven't seen them for over a year, and just, I'm going from the first time I ever saw them to now, and just, I've fallen so much in love with them, and I'm so excited to see them live again. So yeah, get excited for that concert vlog, guys, because I cannot wait. But yes, I stan their music so hard. If you have not checked them out and you like pop punk, please do yourself a favor, check them out, listen to Copacetic, then listen to their EPs. You'll die. I mean, honestly, Untitled, Pretense, Evergreen, Disdain, No Good. Like, honestly, I could go on for days and days and days, but listen to them, you will not regret it. But other than that, guys, thank you all so much for watching my pop punk tag. If you guys want, like I said, I'll leave the questions below, so if you want to answer any of them down in the comments, you totally can. Or if you want to make your own video doing the pop punk tag yourself, let me know, link it below, I'll totally watch it. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, forgot to mention this in like my last video, but thank you guys so much for 400 subscribers. Seriously, that means so much to me, and we've been close to hitting it for a while. I knew it was gonna happen soon, and it finally happened, and I really appreciate it. So thank you all so much for 400 subscribers. And if you're not subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Join the fam, join the party. It's a lit time here, new videos every Sunday. It's a fun time, so if you wanna join the music fam, then make sure to subscribe below. But other than that, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!